As expected, Mother Nature and the Duquesne Dukes themselves really stood no chance of slowing down South Dakota State in the second round of the FCS playoffs yesterday. As they were putting the finishing touches on their 51-6 victory, Georgia started to be on the mind of the Jackrabbits. During SDSU's game, Kennesaw State kicked a late field goal over Wofford to secure a 13-10 win. That means that they will host the Rabbits next week just outside of Atlanta. In just their fourth year of actually playing football, the Owls have become a powerhouse. They made the quarterfinals last year and are 11-1 this season behind a triple option rushing attack that averages 356 yards per game. Though the Jackrabbits will have to leave the friendly confines of Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, they have to like their chances down south behind their own running game, which rolled up more than 300 yards yesterday.
You know, we knew coming into this more than likely we'd have to go down there if we got the job done today. You know, we're going to do what we do. The game plan, we're still going to run what we run. It'll be a little warmer, obviously. Not going to have to play in so much snow down there. But, you know, we're going to go 1-0 this week, and then that'll lead up to being 1-0 next Saturday.
It'd be a new place for us. We don't go there to sightsee. I mean, we're going to go down there for one reason, to play our best football up to this date. And so I know they're a good football team. I know they're a triple option team. You know, they've done a really good job. I look forward to that competition.
And the kickoff will be on Saturday, 1 o'clock on ESPN3. We'll, of course, have plenty of highlights on Saturday as well and plenty of coverage leading into this one. The Minnesota Vikings, actually one other thing I had to get to right now, bowl game pairings are out in the FBS, and several regional teams will be busy over the holidays. PJ Fleck's 6-6 Minnesota Golden Gophers are heading to the Quick Lane Bowl at Ford Field in Detroit against 7-5 Georgia Tech on December 26th at 4:15 p.m. 2 days later, on December 28th, the 8-4 Iowa State Cyclones will be in San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl against the 10-2 Washington State Cougars at 8 p.m. And finally, the 8-4 Iowa Hawkeyes with former USF player Kyle Groneweg right there are off to Florida. They'll play 8-4 Mississippi State on New Year's Day in the Outback Bowl in Tampa, Florida at 11 a.m. Now that Vikings score I was so excited to get to and kind of almost ran over my last story for. Been kind of an exciting, albeit low-scoring game in New England as they trail 10-7. Now, I'd love to show you highlights right now, but like everybody else, I really don't want to pay a $1,000 fine or whatever the NFL would dock me for showing highlights of a game that's in progress. So come back after Sunday Night Football. We'll have plenty of highlights and reaction as the Vikings try to come back and get a victory over New England. And it's a key game right now because the Chicago Bears were stunned in overtime today by the New York Giants, 30-27. So if the Vikings can get a win, they move a game closer to Chicago in the NFC North standings. Green Bay, look, your season's not over, but it pretty much is. You lost to Arizona, 20-17 at home, no less. The Detroit Lions fall 30-16. Zach Zenner with a carry and 7 yards. Denver keeping their playoff hopes alive with a victory at Cincinnati. And in their first game without Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs lead Oakland in the third quarter. Making the NCAA volleyball tournament was an historic moment for South Dakota, one which they hope has set a precedent for making future trips a little more routine. Despite being swept in the NCAA tournament by Creighton and saying goodbye to 4 seniors, USD had plenty to be proud of during their 21-10 season, breaking through and ending Denver's run of 4 straight Summit League tournament titles to make their first ever D1 NCAA tournament is an important step for the program, one they think will help them on the courts and recruiting moving forward.
To finally be able to pull that out and get that feeling of really what that means and the excitement around it and the pride that comes with it is huge for the underclassmen, the people that are coming back.
The seniors left a lot for us to learn from. Honestly, just being gritty, going after everything, playing one match at a time and getting better as matches go on. So I think going forward into next year, we can really learn to start matches and build as the match goes on.
As for Sioux Falls native Taryn Cloth, one night after defeating UST, her Creighton career came to an end at the hands of 22nd-ranked Washington. The Huskies sweeping the Blue Jays in the second round of the NCAA tournament last night. Though Taryn will actually go to Louisiana State, where she's going to play beach volleyball this spring as a graduate transfer, it's a bittersweet end to a fantastic 4 years in Omaha.
So many other teams would like to be in the position that we're in. So I think we are all really grateful that we have such great teammates, such a great coaching staff, such a great atmosphere to play in, and Creighton has been amazing. I can't believe it's over. When they say 4 years flies, it does.
Congrats to her. She really did have a phenomenal career after starring at O'Gorman. The Skyforce pick up a 123-118 win out in Stockton, California. We'll have those highlights and plenty more coming up tonight after Sunday Night Football. We're back in one moment.